Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me? Is this starting? Can you hear me?
Sir.
And is the board visible?
Yes, sir.
So we are going to start from where we had stopped last time. So last time, towards the end of the lecture, I gave you some idea about, or some, we revised basic concept regarding integral control. That is, with integral block introduced in the forward path, you can actually increase the system type and thus reduce the steady state error or improve the steady state performance. If initially there was some steady state error, finite steady state error, with an integral control, you can make the steady state error 0. Or if initially with some particular input you had infinite steady state error, with an integral control, you can make that, you can get a finite value of steady state error, isn't it? Now we will try to introduce this integral control in our steady state, in our state space controller design. So we'll talk about steady state, or we'll name the topic as state feedback controller with integral state feedback controller with integral control. लास्ट टाइम हमने जो कॉन्फ़िगरेशन देखी थी उसमें हमने प्रोपोर्शनल कंट्रोल यूज किया था। तो अभी जो हम कॉन्फ़िगरेशन देखेंगे दैट इज स्टेट फीडबैक कंट्रोलर with an integral controller being used integrated with an integral control used for steady state error design. So we have the basic configuration, similar configuration. So we have the configuration like this. So we have an open loop system. This is your state vector. This is x dot. This is a. So this equation is your x dot equal to ax plus bu. Then this is basically your u, that's the control input. State feedback integral controller जो हम डिजाइन करते हैं वो हम u को obtain करते हैं. We take the feedback from the states through gain k, gain vector k, and then feed it back here with a negative sign, implying that it is basically a negative feedback system. Now we have to augment this because this sort of strategy, what we had used earlier, this हमने ये 0 लिया था, r is equal to 0. So in that particular case, u is equal to minus kx, and you can actually improve the transient performance of the system. That is, place the eigenvalues of the system as per your desired specifications. But then we also want to improve the steady state performance of the system. And in the last lecture, we had talked about one scheme wherein we had used the feedback of the output and then fed it to the system through a proportional control. Now we will modify, because with proportional controller, we have seen that steady state error can never be made equal to 0 except when there is an integrator in the system itself, in the plant itself. But normally when you want to improve the steady state performance, you have to use an integral control. So what do you do actually? You have the output equation like this, y is equal to cx. So you have c here. that gives you y here. So you take the feedback from y. And generate an error signal. So you have got R here, let's say. This is the reference input R. This is plus, and this is minus. So you have taken the feedback of the output, and then you feed it to the system through an integral control. You take an integrator like this, and this is the gain of that integrator. We call it KE. This is your error signal, E. This is the error signal. Okay? Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So, as you normally, so this integrator we have included in the forward path. So basically, this is your plant. This is your plant actually, which you want to control. तो इसमें मैंने एक तो यूज किया हुआ है feedback controller. I have taken the feedback of all the states and tried to generate the control input from that feedback. But for improving the steady state performance, concurrently what I have done is I have also included a integral controller in the forward path. So KE. So this is the integrator this is the integral controller. Along with this complete actually. This is the gain of that integral controller KE. So as you know, now with the introduction of this integral controller, the type of the system has been improved because initially it was a type 1 system, now it will become a type 2 system with the introduction of this integral controller in the forward path. But at the same time, I have introduced one more dynamical state in the system because we have seen that when we go for state space modeling, the states are defined as the outputs of the integrators. So like in this case, this is the state vector X. It will have size n depending upon the number of integrators in the plant. Now this integrator has been introduced deliberately as a control strategy. So the output of this integrator also has to be defined as a state variable. So we define this output of this integrator as Xn. Are you getting me? So if this is Xn, this is going to be Xn dot. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So what I have done actually is that we have introduced one more dynamical state in the system for the purpose of improving the steady state performance, because we have already seen through our previous studies and also what had been discussed in the last class that once we increase the type of the system, the steady state performance of the system definitely improves. So now what will be the controller structure like in this particular case? You already know that the open loop system is given by your open loop system dynamics is given by this equation. Open loop system is X dot is equal to AX plus B. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
X dot equal to AX plus BU. Now, one more this state has been introduced. I'll write down the equation for that also, because this is my initial system. Now, with the introduction of this state feedback controller and the introduction of this integral control, I have the control law as, what is the control law? What is U equal to? U is equal to minus Kx and plus, this is plus here, plus Ke into Xn. Isn't it? U is equal to minus Kx plus Ke into Xn. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Which I can write like this. I can write it like this, minus Ke, X and Xn. Mind it, this X is a vector, state vector. This X is a single state. This Xn is a single state. This X is a vector. What is the size of this X? This is the original state vector. It has dimensions n. This xn is a single state. So the overall dimension of this state vector becomes n plus 1. Isn't it? The overall dimension, ये वाला जो x है, इसका dimension n है, ये state vector है. और जो आपने ये एक state introduce किया xn, ये एक single state है. तो means आपका जो number of states total system में है, वो कितना बन गया? That has become n plus 1, where n is the original dimension of the state vector, and one more state has been introduced because of the introduction of this integral controller. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And when you introduce this integral controller, let me write it here only. When you introduce this integral controller, your original open loop system, that is x dot equal to x plus bu. But now you get one more state in the system, that is xn dot. So you get an augmented state vector. What is the equation for xn dot? You can see here, xn dot is r minus y. Isn't it? Xn dot actually error and error signal. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
So xn dot is r minus y. That's the output. And what's y equal to? Y is equal to cx. Or I can write xn dot equal to, instead of y, I will write cx, that is minus cx plus r. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So xn dot is minus cx plus r. So now this is my original state equation, that is the open loop equation, and because of the introduction of this integral controller, one more state has been introduced. So my state vector gets augmented. So what is the augmented state vector line? Augmented state vector equation. What does that become? So I have got x, तो है ही already, और एक xn dot बढ़ गया. x dot की equation क्या है? ax plus bu. So I have got a x plus bu. So I have got a plus, I have one more this, so this is b and u. This is x dot equal to ax plus bu. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
I'll write it like this. Because now my state vector is xn plus bu. Is that okay? X dot equal to ax plus bu. और दूसरा इक्वेशन क्या है मेरा जो ऑगमेंटेड इक्वेशन बनी, दैट इज xn डॉट इक्वल टू माइनस cx प्लस r. xn dot equal to minus cx plus r. xn dot equal to minus cx. So this is actually 0 here, 0 here. Minus cx plus r. So it's like this, plus 1 plus 0, 1 r. Just look at this equation. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
X dot equal to ax plus bu plus 0r. That's this equation. Xn dot equal to minus cx, that's this, plus 0 into xn, there is no xn in this, plus r. U भी नहीं है इस equation में और आ रहा है. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
सही है. और आपका जो y है, आउटपुट है, आउटपुट इक्वेशन, that will be y equal to, so if we express it in terms of the augmented state vector, it's actually C0 x and xn. This is augmented output equation. इस पे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा क्योंकि xn जो है वो y पे डायरेक्टली इफेक्ट नहीं कर रहा है. This equation still is y is equal to cx. That is the normal output equation. So y is equal to cx plus 0 into xn. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So now we can ये augmented state vector equation में अब हम ये control law substitute कर सकते हैं. ये वाला जो control law है मेरा, I'll substitute it in that equation. So the output, the closed loop equations will become. So when you substituting the control law in the augmented state equation, the closed loop model equation is of the form. तो मीन्स ये वाली इक्वेशन जो है, ये ऑगमेंटेड इक्वेशन जो आपकी बनी, इसमें u की जगह आप सब्स्टिट्यूट करोगे, you will substitute for u this thing minus kx plus kexn. Are you getting me? So I have got x dot xn dot is equal to, mind it, this is a vector, this is a scalar, this is a single state, is equal to a minus c 0 0, then x xn, then plus b 0, then instead of u we have this, we have got I can put this u is to be substituted in this equation, isn't it? ये u यहाँ पे substitute करना है, u का value यहाँ पे substitute करना है, तो यहाँ पे u में minus है, so I will put this minus here. Then I have k, ke, then I have x, xn. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Plus we have 0 1 r. सही है? So this has been substituted here. I can just rub it this line. Now if I just try to simplify it a bit, so I have got a minus c 0 0, then x xn, then we have got we'll multiply it here. What is the size of this vector? This vector is 2 cross 1. What is the size of this vector? This is 1 cross 2. Once you multiply them, what will you get? You get a 2 cross 2 matrix. So it will be actually bk, bke 0 and 0, then x xn plus 0 1 r. Are you following me? Yes, is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Now we can just, because both of them have x xn here, we can take that common and we can combine these two matrices. What will I get here? I'll get x dot xn dot equal to, what will I get it equal to? It will be a minus bk, then minus bke, then minus c and 0, then x xn plus 0 1 r. Is that okay? सही है?
Yes, sir.
So this is what is the closed loop equation. ये इसकी closed loop, ये इसका closed loop model बना. तो इस सिस्टम में आप देख सकते हो, और जो आउटपुट इक्वेशन तो मैंने लिखी थी पहले, जो आउटपुट इक्वेशन वो तो सेम ही रहेगी, y is equal to cx, उसमें कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ा. y is equal to actually c0 x and xn. So with this configuration, what we have done, we have improved the system type. We have increased because an integrator has been included in the forward path. The system type has been increased by 1, thereby improving the steady state performance of the system as per what we have already discussed in the previous class, as well as what has been taught to you in your 4th semester. You have been told that with an integrator in the forward path, with an integral block in the forward path, the system type increased by 1, and the steady state performance is definitely going to improve. But at the same time, what has been done because of this is that one more pole has been introduced in the system. There is one more eigenvalue that has been, one more state that has been introduced in the system. And when you actually, through a state feedback controller, when you are actually placing the poles, you have an additional pole to place. एक और पोल प्लेस करना है. लास्ट टाइम भी मैंने जब आपको ट्रांसफर फंक्शन मॉडल में दिखाया था कॉन्फ़िगरेशन इंटीग्रल कंट्रोलर का, तो मैंने कहा था कि with an integral control, that is 1 by s in the forward path, you are actually increasing the number of poles by 1. So in this case also, the number of poles will be increased by 1. So the effect of that additional pole on the transient performance is to be seen when you are actually designing a state feedback controller for the system. Means जब k और ke को आप adjust करोगे, अब इसमें ke को भी आपको adjust करना है, so as to place the additional pole that has been put in because of the controller, because of this integral controller. You have to put it at appropriate place so that it does not affect the transient performance of the system adversely. Is that okay? Is that okay, or this requires some
Yes.
more explanation? Yes.
So okay, sir.
It's okay. So with an integral controller, you have an additional pole to place. और normally क्या किया जाता है कि वो जो additional pole है, वो उसका effect transient performance पे ज्यादा न पड़े, उसके लिए उसको ऐसी जगह पे place किया जाता है S plane में, जहां पे कि उसका effect transient performance पे बहुत कम आए. और normally वो वाला जो जगह होता है जहां पे कि transient performance पे effect कम आता है, that means that pole has to be made such that its transient deteriorates, transient actually vanishes at a faster rate. So for that, what you do is you place it in the S plane very far away from the imaginary axis, so that the transient response due to that particular pole vanishes at a faster speed and it does not deteriorate the transient performance of the system. Is that okay? So this is what is the state feedback controller with an integral controller, and this is the strategy actually that's employed for integrating an integral controller with a state feedback controller for improving the transient performance as well as the steady state performance of the system. So that finishes this particular part, that is design of state feedback controller, and we have already discussed controllability and the properties of controllability, and all those things have been discussed in detail. Now we will move towards what is known as the observer design. Is it clear up till now? Then I will move.
जी sir.
Okay. पहले मैं justify करता हूं कि observer का concept है क्या basically. First we will try to understand it. Then we will go into the mathematics involved in it. So the concept of observer is closely related to what we have been discussing so far. So if I redraw the state feedback controller, you know that state feedback controller looks like this. तो ये मान लो आपके पास एक प्लांट है. Plant means the system that's to be controlled. ये इसका control input है. U जिसको कहते हो आप. This is the control input U. And this is the state vector X. This is the state vector. State vector X. तो अभी हम कह रहे हैं, अभी तक जो हमने पढ़ा वो ये पढ़ा कि हम स्टेट वेक्टर का फीडबैक लेते हैं. We take the feedback from the state vector, feed it through a controller which is known as a state feedback controller, and you actually obtain this control input from that. जो हमने स्टार्ट वाली कॉन्फ़िगरेशन जो हमने यूज की थी, या कोई भी कॉन्फ़िगरेशन, जिस भी कॉन्फ़िगरेशन के बारे में आप बोलना चाहो. फॉर एग्जांपल, दिस इज R, this is your plus, and this is minus. So you actually have U is equal to minus kx, and this R, you know that we have incorporated this thing also. The controller gain is actually given by, you have some controller whose gain is k. Controller gain is given by k. isn't it? ये आपका कॉन्फ़िगरेशन है. अगर आप सिंपल फॉर्म में the plant is actually described by state space model. We have a state space model for the plant. तो ये जो हमने इतनी मैथमेटिक्स की और इतना हमने कंट्रोल लॉज डिजाइन किए, उसमें लेकिन बेसिकली आपको स्टेट वेक्टर का फीडबैक चाहिए. दिस इज द फीडबैक ऑफ द स्टेट वेक्टर. सो हाउ डू यू ऑब्टेन द फीडबैक? एक्चुअल प्लांट जो फिजिकल प्लांट होगा उसमें अगर आपको स्टेट वेक्टर का फीडबैक चाहिए तो उसके लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा आपको? हाउ डू यू गेट द स्टेट्स? मान लो एक डीसी मोटर को आप कंट्रोल कर रहे हो और उसमें जो स्टेट्स आपने डिफाइन की हैं वो पोजीशन ऑफ मोटर है और स्पीड ऑफ मोटर है, और आपको उनका फीडबैक चाहिए. सो हाउ डू यू गेट द फीडबैक ऑफ दीज स्टेट्स? What is the requirement for getting a feedback? Feedback, what does the feedback actually mean? Yes, anybody? चुप होने से नहीं चलेगा यार. How do you get actually the state vector X? What's the requirement? How do you actually get the feedback? जैसे मान लो ट्रांसफर फंक्शन मॉडल आपने पढ़ा है. ट्रांसफर फंक्शन मॉडल्स में भी फीडबैक यूज होता है. For example, you have a motor and you want to control its speed. The speed is the output. So you have a controller here. और इसका बेटर स्पीड कंट्रोल ऑब्टेन करने के लिए आप यहां से फीडबैक लेते हो थ्रू सम गेन ब्लॉक. This is the controller. So how do you actually get this feedback? Actually physical plants में feedback कैसे obtain करेंगे हम किसी भी वेरिएबल का? Use some common sense.
सर उसका अगर जनरेटर में कुछ डाल रहे होंगे तो वोल्टेज फॉर्म में उसका फीडबैक होगा.
हाँ, फीडबैक तो होगा, लेकिन उसके लिए आपको यहाँ पे क्या डिवाइस लगाना पड़ेगा फीडबैक ऑब्टेन करने के लिए?
So tachometer.
Means that you'll have to use a sensor, isn't it? Tachometer, very good. So you have to use a tacho generator or so you basically use a sensor for getting the feedback. What is a sensor? Or what you call a transducer? You have already done your measurements course, is it?
Yes, sir.
So what is a transducer or a sensor? आपने मेजरमेंट्स का कोर्स किस सेमेस्टर में किया था? Have you done the measurement course?
Yes, sir.
Which semester?
Fourth semester.
Yes?
So third semester.
थर्ड सेमेस्टर में. तो सेंसर्स नहीं पढ़े आपने?
No, sir.
And you don't know up to your fifth semester what is this? You have done one course in control and you don't know what is a sensor or a transducer. अभी जैसे आपने एग्जांपल दी ना सेंसर्स की, somebody gave an example of a tacho generator. Tacho generator एक सेंसर है. किस चीज को सेंस करता है वो? स्पीड को सेंस करता है. तो ये बेसिकली एक तो मेजर करते हैं. सेंसर्स जो होते हैं, they take a measurement of some physical variable and then convert it into a form which makes it compatible for comparison with some reference input. जैसे मान लो मोटर की केस में इनपुट क्या होता है?
Electrical energy. Electrical energy.
मोटर के केस में इनपुट या तो वोल्टेज इन द फॉर्म ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी, इजंट इट?
Yes, sir.
तो मान लो आपने एक ऑटोमेटिक कंट्रोल स्कीम डिजाइन करनी है किसी भी मोटर का स्पीड कंट्रोल करने के लिए. So what will you do? You'll actually have a sensor, like you'll use a tacho generator here. And what does a tacho generator do? Tacho generator basically has its own shaft. It is coupled with the motor shaft, and it moves at the same speed as the motor. और इसमें जो अरेंजमेंट होता है टैको जनरेटर में अंदर, इसमें से दो it works on the generator principle. So it receives the mechanical energy from the motor shaft and converts it into electrical energy, which is actually proportional to the speed at which the motor runs. So the voltage that you get at its output is actually proportional to the speed of the motor. So basically, you with that tacho generator, you are sensing that speed, and not only sense. So it's not just measurement. Like somebody said, tachometer. Tachometer is just a measuring device. It will just give you a measure of the speed. But tacho generator has some other application. It's not only used as a measuring device, it also converts it into a form which can be compared with the reference input. Because you know, when you compare two physical quantities, they must have the same units. Reference input normally, in this case, will be in the form of a voltage. So when you sense speed, it is to be converted into equivalent voltage so that it can be compared with the reference input, and then the error signal will be generated, which actually will be fed to the controller in order to adjust the control input to the motor in such a way that the speed is as per our desire. तो मेरे कहने का मतलब बेसिकली ये है कि आप जब कहीं पे भी फीडबैक स्कीम इंप्लीमेंट करते हो तो उसमें सेंसर्स लगाने होते हैं. You have to use sensors for that. Like you must have seen in the lab also, some of you who are coming physically to the lab, or those who are actually just going through the labs through video lectures. So the instructor concerned must be talking about sensors. Like you have done DC motor position control system, you have done DC motor speed control system, you have done temperature control system. तो बेसिक जो उसमें रिक्वायरमेंट है फीडबैक को इम्प्लीमेंट करने के लिए, दैट इज यू हैव टू यूज सम सेंसर्स. सो फॉर एवरी फिजिकल वेरिएबल you have the corresponding sensors available. Like for speed, you have the speed sensor. If you want to control the position of some motor, position control scheme अगर आप डिजाइन कर रहे हो तो उसके लिए आपको position sensor यूज करना पड़ेगा. Do you know? Can you name any position sensor? स्पीड सेंसर तो बताया आपने. Tacho generator is a speed sensor. अगर पोजीशन कंट्रोल करना है आपको तो आपको पोजीशन सेंसर यूज करना पड़ेगा जो किसी भी चीज की पोजीशन सेंस करे. A simple position sensor is what is known as the potentiometer. Like potentiometer has an arrangement like this. You have a fixed voltage across it. और कोई भी मूविंग चीज जिसकी आपको पोजीशन सेंस करनी है वो इसके पॉइंटर के साथ कनेक्ट किया जाता है. So this is the output. So if this moving this pointer is here, the output will be 0, indicating some particular position of the device that you are actually sensing. And when that device moves, so this is also going to move. So some voltage will be there across the output. So the position of that particular device is being converted into corresponding voltage. Do you get me?
Yes, sir.
So this is a very simple arrangement for measuring this position. So potentiometer is basically used as a position sensor. There are many other sophisticated sensors that you'll find in the market, because जितना जितना आपकी एप्लीकेशन में एक्यूरेसी की रिक्वायरमेंट ज्यादा होगी उतना आपको सेंसर्स भी ज्यादा हाईली एक्यूरेट यूज करने पड़ेंगे. क्योंकि आप देख रहे हो यहाँ पे कि आप कितना एक्यूरेटली एक पर्टिकुलर फिजिकल क्वांटिटी को सेंस कर पाओगे, वही डिसाइड करेगा कि आपका जो कंट्रोलर है वो कितना एफिशिएंट होगा. क्योंकि कंट्रोलर बेसिकली एरर सिग्नल पे एक्ट करता है, and error signal is the difference between the reference input and whatever comes through the sensor. So if the sensor is not giving correct information, naturally your controller will not perform satisfactorily. तो आपके कंट्रोलर की satisfactory performance के लिए जरूरी है कि आपका सेंसर एक्यूरेट हो. मेरी बात समझ रहे हो आप? So in market actually you will find different types of sensors और अपनी एप्लीकेशन के हिसाब से और अपनी रिक्वायरमेंट्स के हिसाब से और अपनी कॉस्ट की कॉन्स्ट्रेंट्स के हिसाब से आप पर्टिकुलर सेंसर यूज कर सकते हो किसी भी एप्लीकेशन में जहां पे आपको सेंसर्स यूज करने हो. So as I was saying, for different measurement of or for sensing of different sensor and transducer is one and the same thing. Transducer is a more technical term. It basically senses a signal and then converts it into a form which actually can be used in control. So transducers की applications control में हैं. They are integral part of any control scheme. Sensors or transducers, this is one and the same thing. So position sensor. इसी तरह आपको टेम्परेचर कहीं पे सेंस करना है, you get a temperature sensor. आपने कोई टेम्परेचर सेंसर पढ़ा है क्या? Have you read Seebeck effect, Peltier effect in your 11th 12th class?
नो सर, ओवन में शायद यूज होता है।
जी? Yes?
Thermocouples.
Thermocouple, very nice. Thermocouple is a temperature sensor जो गीजर्स में लगे होते हैं, या थर्मिस्टर्स। तो गीजर में जो सेंसर लगा होता है, आपने देखा होगा जो गीजर्स होते हैं दे आर ऑटोमेटिक, जैसे ही पानी गर्म हो जाता है तो गीजर ऑटोमेटिकली टर्न ऑफ हो जाता है। तो उसमें मैकेनिज्म क्या होता है? व्हाट इज द मैकेनिज्म फॉर दैट? Mechanism is that there's a temperature sensor inside which actually senses the temperature and actually gives a signal to the system to switch off the input supply when the temperature exceeds a particular limit. आपने लैब में भी देखा होगा, जो आपने टेम्परेचर कंट्रोल सिस्टम जो हमने आपको एक्सपेरिमेंट दिखाया उसमें भी जो ओवन है उसमें सेंसर लगा हुआ है जो कि सेंस करता है टेम्परेचर को, और फिर जैसे ही आपका एक्चुअल जो टेम्परेचर है वो डिजायर्ड टेम्परेचर से ज्यादा हो जाता है तो उसका इनपुट ही ऑफ कर देता है, या उसमें प्रॉपर कंट्रोल स्ट्रेटजी अप्लाई करके इट मेक्स इट श्योर दैट योर आउटपुट इज एज पर द डिजाइन। इज दैट ओके?
Yes, sir.
प्रेशर कंट्रोल सिस्टम है तो उसमें प्रेशर सेंसर लगेगा, वोल्टेज कंट्रोल सिस्टम है तो उसमें वोल्टेज सेंसर लगेगा। सो ह्यूमिडिटी कंट्रोल जैसे एसीज होते हैं तो उसमें आपने अगर प्रोविजन रखा हुआ है, उसमें नॉर्मली तो टेम्परेचर कंट्रोल का प्रोविजन होता है, लेकिन जो सोफिस्टिकेटेड एसीज हैं दे आल्सो कंट्रोल द ह्यूमिडिटी। So you set some, because merely controlling the temperature is not sufficient. You must have a what you call acceptable value of humidity also. So there is a humidity sensor there that actually senses the humidity and then adjusts the humidity within the system through some control strategy as per the desired requirements. Is that okay?
जी सर।
तो कहने का मकसद ये है कि आप जब भी किसी जगह कहीं पे फीडबैक इंट्रोड्यूस करते हो तो आपको सेंसर्स लगाने पड़ते हैं। तो सेम इज ट्रू इन केस ऑफ स्टेट फीडबैक कंट्रोलर। यू हैव अ स्टेट फीडबैक कंट्रोलर हियर, सो यू रिक्वायर द कंट्रोल लॉ इज बेसिकली लाइक दिस। जो हमने स्टार्ट में कंट्रोल लॉ डिफाइन किया था, दैट इज u इज इक्वल टू माइनस kx। व्हाट इज x? x इज स्टेट वेक्टर, k इज द गेन ऑफ द कंट्रोलर। तो ये कंट्रोल लॉ बनाने के लिए आपको क्या करना है, क्योंकि आपको स्टेट का फीडबैक लेना है पूरे स्टेट वेक्टर का, और स्टेट वेक्टर में कितने स्टेट्स हैं इन जनरल? What is the size of the state vector? N. So if it is, let's say, if it is a second order system, there will be 2 states. If it is a fourth order system, there will be 4 states. तो जब आपको स्टेट फीडबैक कंट्रोलर डिवाइस डिजाइन करना है तो आपको सभी स्टेट्स का फीडबैक चाहिए। तो मान लीजिए आपके सिस्टम में 4 स्टेट्स हैं, तो आपको कितने सेंसर्स लगाने पड़ेंगे? 4 सेंसर्स लगाने पड़ेंगे। तो वो 4 सेंसर्स उनसे आप सेंस करोगे आपके स्टेट्स को, and then you will multiply them by corresponding keys, and from that you will get the control input. तो जब हमने अभी तक जो हमने स्टडी किया स्टेट फीडबैक कंट्रोलर, तो उसमें हमने बेसिक assumption ये ली कि हमारे पास ही, because we just said that we'll take a feedback of the states. So the inherent assumption in that statement was that the states are actually available. That means I have got all the sensors available at the जो मैंने लगा दी हैं स्टेट्स को मेजर करने के लिए, सेंस करने के लिए, और उन्हीं के थ्रू में इनका फीडबैक ले रहा हूं। Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
So the inherent assumption that we had taken in the state feedback control law was that all the states are available for measurement, and the sensors have been placed with these respective states to measure and feed them back in order to generate the specific form of the control law u is equal to minus kx. Are you getting me? So the inherent assumption that we have taken while designing state feedback controller is that all the states are available for measurement and that the sensors have been incorporated with all these states for feeding them back to get the control law U is equal to minus kx. Do you understand this statement? तो U is equal to minus kx जो कंट्रोल लॉ है, इसको एक्चुअली इंप्लीमेंट करने के लिए तो मैंने जो अभी तक हमने पूरा ये पढ़ा, we talked about different control laws like feed forward control, then state feedback controller with proportional control, state feedback controller with integral control. तो उसमें जो मैंने बेसिक इनहेरेंट एजम्पशन ये ली कि मेरे पास सभी स्टेट्स के मेजरमेंट्स अवेलेबल हैं और मैं उन्हीं मेजर्ड स्टेट्स को यूज कर रहा हूं in order to generate the control law U is equal to minus kx, isn't it? मान लीजिए अगर आपके पास सेकेंड ऑर्डर सिस्टम है तो दो स्टेट्स होंगे, तो दो सेंसर्स लगाना तो चलो इट्स पॉसिबल, वी कैन हैव टू सेंसर्स एंड देन वील फीड देम एंड गेट द कंट्रोल इनपुट. बट एज द नंबर ऑफ स्टेट्स इंक्रीज, द नंबर ऑफ सेंसर्स विल आल्सो इंक्रीज एंड द सेंसर्स आर हार्डवेयर डिवाइसेस, तो जितने जितने सेंसर्स बढ़ेंगे आपके सिस्टम में उतना कॉस्ट बढ़ेगा, isn't it? Yes. Yes, somebody wants to ask something?
No, sir.
But there are some practical limitations of placing the sensors for measurement of all the states. What are the limitations? The limitations are, as the number of sensors increase, the cost also increases, which may be a limiting factor particularly for higher order systems. क्योंकि इंजीनियरिंग डिजाइन में कॉस्ट एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर होता है, and engineering design is one which gives you the best performance at the minimum possible cost, at an optimum cost. Are you getting me? So if the number of sensors increase, because you have to actually implement the state feedback control law, so you have to have the feedback of all the states. In order to get the feedback of all the states, you need to put sensors. So if you have many states in the system, if it is a higher order system, the number of sensors is going to increase, the cost is going to increase, which actually may be a limiting factor when you are actually designing controllers for higher order systems. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Another limiting factor may be, that or another what you call problem with the use of sensors maybe, because when you sense some physical quantity, you are using some mechanism for sensing it. आपने मेजरमेंट पढ़ा है, मेजरमेंट में आपको डिटेल में पढ़ाया गया होगा कि मेजरमेंट में बहुत सारे एरर्स होते हैं, और किसी भी मेजरिंग डिवाइस की अपनी यू हैव अ स्पेसिफाइड एक्यूरेसी फॉर इट. जैसे आपने लैब्स में भी, जब अगर कभी लैब की होगी आपने, लैब्स में भी जब मेजर करते हैं, देयर इज ऑलवेज एन एरर एसोसिएटेड विद द मेजरमेंट. इट कैन नेवर बी 100% एक्यूरेट. अगर आपको हाई एक्यूरेसी वाले मेजरिंग डिवाइसेस या सेंसिंग डिवाइसेस चाहिए तो उनका कॉस्ट भी ज्यादा होगा, और उनमें चाहे कितनी भी एक्यूरेसी हो, 100% एक्यूरेसी किसी भी मेजरिंग डिवाइस की नहीं होती. तो मींस जब आप सेंसर्स यूज करोगे सिस्टम में, क्योंकि आपको पता है कि आपके जो कंट्रोलर की एफिकेसी है वो डिपेंड करेगा इस बात पर कि आपका सेंसर कितना एफिशिएंट है. आर यू गेटिंग मी?
यस सर.
जितना आपका सेंसर एक्यूरेट होगा उतना आपका कंट्रोलर भी एफिशिएंटली वर्क करेगा. तो जितने ज्यादा आप सेंसर्स अपने सिस्टम में इनकॉर्पोरेट करोगे उतने ज्यादा एरर्स होंगे, और जितने ज्यादा एरर्स होंगे उतना एफिशिएंसी आपके कंट्रोलर की डिटेरियोरेट होती जाएगी. इज दैट ओके? सो सेंसर्स बेसिकली हैव एन एसोसिएटेड noise. Noise means error, which is bound to deteriorate the controller performance. Because you know that if you are not able to measure properly, you'll not be able to control properly, because controller performance is directly dependent upon the performance of the sensing device. क्योंकि आपका U जो है that is equal to minus kx. तो x जो है वो आप सेंस कर रहे हो सेंसर्स के थ्रू. तो सेंसर्स आपके जितने एक्यूरेट होंगे उतना आपका कंट्रोलर एक्यूरेटली वर्क करेगा. तो नॉर्मली चाहे कितना भी आप हाई एक्यूरेसी वाला सेंसर लाओ, और उसमें भी लिमिटेशंस हैं. जैसे मान लो आपको एक इलेक्ट्रिक आयरन के में सेंसर डालना है. इलेक्ट्रिक आयरन, यू ऑल ऑफ यू आर यूजिंग इट. देयर इज अ सेंसर इनसाइड इट आल्सो. यू नो इट इज एन ऑटो कट टाइप सिस्टम होता है उसमें. जब टेंपरेचर थोड़ा बढ़ जाता है तो वो ऑटोमेटिकली कट ऑफ हो जाता है. तो आयरन जो है इट कॉस्ट अराउंड 400-500 रुपीज. तो उसमें अगर सेंसर हम हाई एक्यूरेसी वाला सेंसर यूज करने बैठे तो उसका कॉस्ट बढ़ जाएगा, और उसमें मार्केट डायनेमिक्स के हिसाब से वो फिजिबल ही नहीं है. मे बी wherever you have a very sophisticated application you can afford to go for high accuracy sensors, लेकिन normal applications में you cannot afford to go for very high accuracy sensors. So because of that the controller performance is going to deteriorate, because sensors will have the error, and that error will also be fed back, and that will also tell upon the performance of the controller. That is another problem associated with the use of sensors for measurement of all the states. Then third problem is that in some cases, in some systems, all the states may not even be available for sensing. जैसे मान लो कोई केमिकल प्रोसेस है, आप किसी केमिकल प्रोसेस को कंट्रोल कर रहे हो. तो केमिकल प्रोसेस में you have got a fluid flowing through many pipes, and you want to find the pressure of some fluid inside some pipe wherein it may not be possible to put the sensor. या कुछ कंट्रोल जैसे माइंस होती हैं, कोल माइंस होती हैं. कोल माइंस में कोई माइन के अंदर आपको कोई सेंस करनी है, चीज करनी है, तो वहां पे इट इज नॉट एक्चुअली एक्सेसिबल. वो स्टेट ही एक्सेसिबल नहीं है. सो व्हेन यू आर एक्चुअली डिजाइनिंग कंट्रोलर्स, बिकॉज दैट स्टेट इटसेल्फ इज नॉट एक्सेसिबल, सो यू कैन नॉट मेजर इट, एंड दैट्स व्हाई that the full state vector may not be available to you for the feeding back to the system. So another limiting factor for putting the sensors may be the states. Some of the states may not be accessible for measurement. तो वो जो एक्सेसिबल ही नहीं है तो उन पे सेंसर लगाने का सवाल ही नहीं है, क्योंकि वो स्टेट से एक्सेसिबल नहीं है. सिस्टम की कॉन्फ़िगरेशन कुछ ऐसी है कि कुछ स्टेट्स अवेलेबल ही नहीं. स्टेट्स अवेलेबल तो हैं but they are not accessible for measurement. The states exist, but they are not accessible. So that's why, because of the configuration of the particular system, so you cannot actually measure them. So because of these reasons, the implementation of state feedback control law through actual measurement of the states may become a tricky proposition. So you may not be actually implement state feedback control law by having sensors at all the positions. But for implementing state feedback control law, you actually require all the state. You require the full state vector. So what do you do? So what you do actually is that you, instead of measuring the states, you try to estimate them. You try to estimate the states from some minimal, through some minimal, आप कुछ minimal measurements लेते हो systems के, जो कि actually किसी भी सूरत में आपको measure करना ही है. जैसे मान लो output है, जो भी output variable है, उसकी measurement तो किसी भी सूरत में जरूरी है, क्योंकि output आपका variable of interest है. तो आप उसकी measurement लेके और उसमें proper precautions लेके कि error का असर नहीं हो या बाकी चीजें नहीं हो, तो उससे आप आउटपुट से आप कोशिश करते हो कि आप सिस्टम के सभी स्टेट्स को मेजर करने के बजाय एस्टिमेट करो, एंड इंस्टेड ऑफ यूजिंग द एक्चुअल स्टेट्स इन द स्टेट फीडबैक कंट्रोलर, you use those estimated states. So that gives rise to the concept of what we call as the observer. Is that clear up till now?
Yes, sir.
Clear to
Yes, sir.
everybody?
Yes, sir.
So in view of these limitations, we, instead of using the actual state measurements, we, instead of using the actual state measurements, use the estimated states for implementing the state feedback control law. This takes us towards the concept of what is known as observer. So observer is basically an estimator. It estimates the states without actually putting the sensors. You use some minimal sensors, like you may be using the output sensor. We'll talk about different observer configurations and what is the requirement for designing the observer for the system. So you actually have to design it for the system and then get the estimate of the states and then use them in the state feedback control law in order to design the state feedback control. So this observer will be taken up in the next class. Is that okay up till now?
Yes, sir.
तो ये चीजें आपको जो मैंने डिटेल में बताई हैं, किसी भी बुक में इतनी डिटेल में नहीं मिलेंगी. So you just go through this lecture once, because observer, mathematics and all these things you will learn and you will cram. But the concept समझना ज्यादा important है कि observer basically concept है क्या और इसमें estimation कैसे की जाती है, वो तो हम देखेंगे ही, लेकिन इसका background क्या है वो clear होना चाहिए सबको. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so is any question regarding today's lecture or any general question you may ask? What about yesterday's lab? Have you gone, all of you gone through that lab video lecture? क्योंकि मैं लास्ट वाला जो आपका लैब लेक्चर है उसको देख रहा था, मेरा बहुत कम व्यूज आई हैं उसकी. So people are actually not going through the lectures. Are you not interested? And are your lab reports ready? सबके lab reports तैयार हैं?
जी सर.
कल वो जो कंपनसेटर डिजाइन वाला दिखा रहे थे, have you completed that experiment or there is still something pending? Yes, those who were present physically yesterday, at least they can answer.
Yes, sir, we completed it.
You learned how to design a compensator, lead lag compensator?
Yes, sir.
बोर्डे प्लॉट कैसे करते हैं और फिर उसकी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन कैसे सिस्टम परफॉर्मेंस इंप्रूव होती है. आई गेस यू must have done it.
Yes,
So
sir.
just go. This time we are going to be very serious about your lab exams also. So don't think that you will get passed just like that. We will see that whatever effort is being put in to just show you through the labs, that actually pays. So you have to take interest in the labs. Okay. Yesterday one more हमारे जो जावेद साहब है वो भी मुझे कह रहे थे कि कुछ स्टूडेंट्स की अटेंडेंस बहुत कम है. I think he has already communicated to you the attendance for the last 26 lectures or something. So mind it, will not allow anybody whose attendance is less than 70% in the exams. किसी भी स्टूडेंट को जिसकी अटेंडेंस 70% से कम होगी उसको हम एग्जाम्स में अलाउ नहीं करेंगे. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
So we'll be stopping here. You can just leave the meeting and then go for the next class, whatever class you have.